Well, welcome everybody to Bar TV Sports coverage of the RAMS 2017 NHRU Premiership. We're here live at Townsend Oval, the very dirty and dark-looking Townsend Oval. And with us up in the commentary box here today is none other than ex-captain of Merewether, Carlton, Dan Garner. How are you?
Yeah, good, Gareth. Good.
Good to have you here, mate. It's a sunny day at Townsend. It's always a sunny day at Townsend Oval when the Greens are playing. And, of course, they are playing Waratah here today, who look to be probably starting out this match as favourites here.
Well, they ran us down in the second half in the first round, Gareth. But I'm going to buck the trend. I'm going to still tip the Greens. I still think they're a good show, and I think they're just one game away from showing how good they really are.
Well, there certainly is plenty of good matchups out there today. I guess the number 10 for Waratah, the fly half, Dane Sherritt, had a very good country campaign. Yeah, he was one of the best players out there last week when we covered the New South Wales country v Queensland country match.
Yeah, well, he's a pretty classy
player.
He's
worth about 20 points, do you think?
I don't know about points. He certainly kicks goals, but Carl Manu and himself, they're definitely classy players in the back line. Gareth, as I said, in the first round, Waratah ran the Greens down, and I think Carl Manu in the centres, both attacking and in defence, was really, really strong.
Yeah, and of course, no Jay Strawn. He's still out with an injury, which is a massive blow for this Merewether Carlton side. He's been the heart and soul of the side all year, keeping them ticking over in the try-scoring department.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the main strike weapons, and it's a shame that Jay's out. You're right. He's the heart and soul of the first grade side. He is the captain, and he is a big loss. But they're not without players to support him. And the back line, when you look at it on paper, it still looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, we see the Waratah side just about to enter the field, and so are the Greens on the far side from the green room, which is soon to be taken down. This stand we're sitting in now is going to be redeveloped into a new green room, which will be an amazing facility here at Townsend Oval for all to enjoy.
Be a bit warmer, I think.
Josh Stewart, captain out there today. He's going to have a big game, Josh. He's very good over the ball, and he's going to have to work hard to slow down this Waratah pack.
Yeah, last week against Hamilton, he had a really good running game as well. The Greens, despite losing last week, they did really well. They could have gone into their shell, a couple of tries down in the second half, but they fought gallantly till the end. They did end up coming second in the game, but I thought they played really, really well and fought hard.
And good to see big Wendell Helmus. He is getting back to full fitness as well, so he's going to be the anchor of this green scrum, who are going to give away a lot of weight. I mean, you can see the Waratah pack out there. Even Nick Whitman, the big number 6. Dylan Hines, he's a big man. And then, of course, Tavante Manu, John Tafeo out there as well. Yeah, this Waratah's pack. They're a very, very big side, Dan.
They're enormous. And I don't think it's any secret the Greens haven't got the biggest pack in the comp. They've been looking forward to Wendell coming back from injury because he adds a bit of size. But, the Waratah scrum is certainly the Greens are certainly going to be given 100 or 200 kilos away, I'd say.
Well, here we go. It's showtime here at Townsend Oval. That's a nice high kick, and unfortunately there, Cam Turner going without it. So the Waratahs forcing the mistake early on at Townsend Oval. So they'll have the first opportunity here to attack the Merewether Carlton line. Running left to right here, the team in red towards that green room. So it's a 10-point advantage coming home towards the green room here at Townsend Oval for the Merewether Carlton side, you'd say, Dan?
Oh, absolutely. I always used to love running home to the green room, and I think anyone who's pulled on the green jumper loves running down to that southern corner. It's a big buzz, and I think you're right. I think they'll come home with a wet sail because they'll come home with it.
Yeah, certainly. And the Waratahs pack generally slow starters in the fitness department, so it'll be a different matchup here as we saw in the first round. That's a nice scrum there by Merewether Carlton. And Sherritt now with a nice little short ball, bringing his winger in. As they look to play quickly to Hines. Hines getting past the tackle of Sam Darden. That's a good run by the big red number 8. So the Waratahs, nice composure shown early on. Here's for now, driving forward, getting them about 15 metres out here. Big Frank Roberts, been a stalwart of this Waratahs pack for the last couple of years, Dan.
Yeah, he's played for a while. They're looking pretty good here, Waratah. They've turned it over. But yeah, they were looking fairly ominous there. They were making ground every phase, big forward busts. Just getting the shoulders through the line and over the advantage line. Yeah,
Jerome Wilson there just coming through the breakdown, unlucky, not being able to control it, but they do look very composed early on, this Waratah side.
Absolutely.
So Shannon Marvin out there with Carl Manu in the centres. They formed a pretty good combination in the latter part of the competition. Both sides here today really need to start winning, though, to make this top 5. Merewether Carlton sitting second last on the ladder. The Waratahs in at 7th.
Yeah, I think both sides are better than their position on the ladder, I think, Gareth.
Manu turn on the inside. Nice run, running over Sam Dart there, I believe it was, and he looks a little bit shaky as he gets back to his feet. Sorry, it was Eddie Clifton. So here come the Waratahs. Frank Roberts with another run, charging towards the try line. That's a nice run, hitting, spinning, getting the ball out, looking for more runners here. Tafeo, he's a big man, hard to put down, but he's put down 10 metres out. Here's Manu now, quick hands to Sherritt. Sherritt good on his feet, stepping past a couple, but he's put down in the end by Tom Hawes. And here's Dylan Hines looking, dumbing, finds a bit of a gap, can't get the ball free. Does now. Here's Frank Roberts again. Frank Roberts about 2 metres out now. There's trouble to the left if they can get the ball wide. They may not need to as they drive the ball over. Sherritt's calling for it on the right. They go to the left to Manu. This could be dangerous here, running wide. Can't get the arm free, but held up. Good defence by the Greens on their own try line. But that is a try in the end.
No, penalty.
Oh, penalty.
Penalty.
Penalty, mind you. I thought he went over. Rokotolu that time. Fijian import. Here's for now. He's over, is he?
Very close.
Yeah, referee right on the spot there. They go wide to Sherritt. Sherritt stepping off his right foot into the defence of Jerome Wilson. Jerome Wilson very strong in the tackle. Almost stripping the ball off Sherritt. Now here comes Manu. Manu with a long speculator out to wide. This is going to be tough here. He's put his flag up, the touch judge. Tafeo.
Still a penalty, though, to
penalty to Waratah. But Tafeo looked like he was in for all money there, Dan.
Yeah, well, I think both sides have started well. The composure of Waratah to hold the ball for so many phases, but the Greens to defend so well and not give him any metres. It just seems like a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment. Both teams feeling each other out.
Yeah, it certainly is. And the Greens' try-line defence all year, it's been a feature of their game. They seem to leak points from that midfield area rather than on their own line, so they do guard their line quite fiercely, this Merewether Carlton side, Dan.
Yeah, well, they've got the ball. Have they got the ball now? No, Waratah have got another attacking opportunity. We'll see how they go here.
Yeah, so it'll be Olive with the ball, the Waratahs halfback.
I thought Sherritt took the ball himself in one of those phases in the last run of play, and he probably had 2 or 3 guys outside him that he could have used. But anyway, they've got another opportunity now.
Yeah, there's a bit of space on that short side there. Dylan Hines.
Greens are going to have to get up in their face here.
Yeah, it looks like Olive's going to go to Sherritt. Sherritt to Marvin. Marvin taking the hit up there and going towards that try line again. Here's Hines now. Hines steps. Here's some good footwork. Picks the ball himself and gets close to that try line. This is going to be hard for the Merewether Carlton side now to keep this Waratahs side out. Here's Fanau. Fanau winds up. And again, driven back. Good defence by Fraser Price. Here's Frank Roberts, dummies himself, gets low and goes towards the try line, but again, turned on his back. Olive looking for Sherritt. Sherritt with a short ball to Hines, going behind the player then and driven out. And that, again, is a very good defence by the Merewether Carlton side.
Excellent, excellent. They only had 5 metres to play with, and they managed to keep him out for half a dozen phases there. Some big boppers asked some questions of him, and they had answers. They put him down on or before the try line.
So the ball comes in, nicely executed there by Hamish Austin. You're going to look for a couple of runners here before they choose to kick the ball. Fraser Price that time kicking the ball into touch, and that's a pretty good touch finder, getting them out of trouble, but they're going to go quick here, the Waratah side, and they go wide to Sherritt. And he comes back towards his forwards. I thought he could have linked up there with Robson on the far side, but he decides to save his forwards' legs, Dan.
Yeah, he thought he'd take the ball in for him and set it up. What's that? Penalty?
Yeah, okay. Penalty there. Not sure what for there, but there was a little knock on at the back of the breakdown, so the Waratahs were lucky, not rolling away, says the referee.
Yeah, just further what I was going to finish off with there before. I think Waratahs, they're going to take the goal. I think they've shown their hand. They're prepared to use their forwards today. Sherritt taking that ball in when he probably could have gone wide, but his forwards were there to back him up, and I think they probably would have the next 2 or 3 phases just rumbled forward like they have the last 2 runs of play.
Well, we said at the start of the match he's a 20-point player, is Dane Sherritt.
I think
this could be the start of it.
You said at the start of the match.
Well, his average is 20 points, Daniel. And you're a mathematician, so you're all about averages and numbers.
My average, I think, was 0.
So Sherritt looking for the first points of the match. He was a little bit off last week in the country game. Of course, New South Wales country going down to Queensland country on the bell. And he strikes that one, and he's certainly been practicing all week.
Yeah.
That was a ripping kick.
Well, they've got points for their efforts, Waratah, but I think taking the penalty goal there is a bit of a show of respect to the Greens. I think they probably managed to hold them out for 20 or 30 phases all up. And I think Waratah just was right as the fact that they had to come out of that end with some points, with something to show for it. So it's been a good start. It's been a great start.
Of course,
Waratahs in attack and Greens in defence.
This match being brought to you by Mascot, Wilson & Co. and Compass Editions. And that's a lovely restart there by Merewether Carlton, taking it in nicely, though, with the Waratahs. And now Olive looking for runners. Tafeo's there. Tafeo with that grey beard of his taking on Big Wendell, and Big Wendell's holding him up, but he manages to get to the ground, and they go to Sherritt now. And Sherritt gets charged down. This could be a chance there for Smith, and Smith just couldn't get the ball. The Waratahs regain the ball.
Excellent knockdown there by Adam Nolan to create an opportunity down in the 22, the Waratahs 22.
Yeah, so it looks like the Greens have the turnover as well. So the Greens have the ball. Looking to attack, it spills out wide, and that is going to be a penalty to Merewether Carlton. So
yeah, well done, Adam Nolan, the hooker. He chased that ball down hard, and he's created an opportunity for his team down inside the Waratah 22. First opportunity down that end of the field.
Yeah, it certainly is, and we'll see what the Merewether Carlton side do with their first chance, really, in the opposition half. It looks like they're going to take on this Waratahs side. I would have thought points were probably the answer there, Dan, being a former captain. What do you do in that situation, mate?
Well, they're backing themselves, I think, Gareth. I think they're probably thinking maybe penalty goals aren't going to win in the match. They've got to score points. So let's see where it goes. Could go either way.
So Fraser Price, early in the week, named as inside centre. He's shifted into fly half. Tom Smith going to inside centre. And that's how they've lined up here. With a very big short side, they go to Price. Price takes a couple under. Sam Rouse almost slipping through there. Big Wendell at the back. Eddie Clifton looking for runners, and they go flat that time to Adam Nolan.
You thought he was caught isolated there.
Sam Dart looking to run the ball, and again isolated the Merewether Carlton side. Stewart has to get over. Sam Dart goes himself, and unlucky. Saw the opportunity there, released, picked up, and unfortunately the penalty was blown.
Yeah, so I think that one was for he was supposed to play the ball, and he got up and played again. So, oh well.
Ball going towards Sam Rouse there, but he doesn't look to play at it. Andrew Finau with the ball. So should have taken the points there in hindsight, Dan.
Yeah, I guess so in hindsight, but I suppose it shows the confidence the Greens have got.
Oh, that ball landing squarely in Dylan Hines' arms, and he's flicked the pass on, and it'll be a scrum. So the ball carrying and ball handling there, not quite there at the moment as the game.
Well, Waratah have had a lot of the ball early in the game, and this will be the second opportunity for the Greens to show what they've got. As we said, they elected to run the ball instead of take the points earlier. So they've definitely got confidence in their own ability. So good luck.
So we see here, interestingly enough, Waratah in the 5 jersey, packing in a breakaway, named in the second row, but it looks like big Nick Whiteman packing in at second row there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to read into that, Gareth. I think there's a lot of blokes tend to change around positions throughout a football game. That's an excellent scrum there from Waratah.
Yeah, great scrum by Waratah. Now Merewether Carlton on the back foot. Smith forced to run forward, and Carmanu all over that ball there, was he?
Turned over. Waratah done well there.
It was Marvin, sorry. There's now Ingle looking to slice up the middle. Here's Waratah now picking and driving on that cricket pitch there. Gee, it looks hard, doesn't it?
Oh, he definitely come out of there with skinned knees, I think.
As Manu gets a nice little kick in behind, and Hay positions himself well. Rouse looking to counter-attack there, and the ball skews off the side of his boot and bounces up there for Ingle, and Ingle now looking to counter-attack with Sherritt. Sherritt looking for Robson on the far side, but goes himself, and he's tackled on halfway. Nice driving run there by Manu. Here's Carl Manu now with another long ball to the winger. Here's Vasuka. We know he's very quick, he's very elusive, and that time can't get away from his opposite winger there, and Eddie Clifton helping out as well, and so that'll be a knock-on. So the execution not quite there at the end for both sides at the moment, Dan.
Yeah, that's the second time I think Waratah, they've had an opportunity on halfway and they've knocked it forward. But I think their structures looks pretty good. They've definitely got they're having forward runners, 2 and 3 phases at a time. They look fit. They're making meters. I think probably defence is the main feature of both teams at the moment, though. Greens have defended well early. Waratah defended when the Greens are up there, and I think they've just got to find their combinations, and the attack will start to follow suit.
I think the Waratahs maybe underestimated this Merewether side a little bit coming into the match. Certainly their defence has matched their big ball running forwards. As we see Sherritt defending in the second line. Big Jerome Wilson, nice run, charging towards the halfway line.
That's a great run.
Clifton with a nice flat ball out wide to Turner. Turner tackled on halfway. The ball is stolen, but it's going to be a penalty there. Eddie Clifton taking the quick tap, and he's brought back. Good foresight shown there by the little halfback.
Yeah. Just keen. It looks like the Greens are just keen to play footy. They just want to get the game moving, play up tempo.
I think that's how they've got to beat this bigger side.
That's right. Their fitness is going to be their asset today, and I think they've just got to keep running the big forwards around for Waratah.
Interestingly enough, Sherritt not defending in the front line. This Waratah side maybe carrying a bit of a deal because he's a quite quite a good one-on-one defender.
Yeah, I don't know what to read into that, Gareth. I never played in the backs.
Ball comes off the top. Nicely won there by Merewether Carlton. Fraser Price to Smith, and Smith runs back towards his forwards, and now they go a bit wider through Turner, who's lifted his work rate. They go back towards the short side. Oh, Fraser Price dummies. Goes himself and doesn't get quite the ball he wanted to away to Hay.
That was a heavy shot on Fraser Price there.
Maybe a shoulder charge, but in any case, they're going to look to counter now. Manu off his own line, looking for Robson, stepping away, getting the ball on the inside, and in the end, Big Wendell comes across and stifles the attack. Coming back to Sherritt now, who looks to run the ball, bouncing away to Fao now. They're looking to
big numbers
play
out
the
here.
ball.
Big numbers out here for Waratah.
Oh, for now with a big dummy, Vasuka looking to run over Hay, and Hay puts his body there. Somehow pulls him down. Sherritt with a long ball. Now Manu throwing it wide to Robson. And
great defence.
Yeah, nice
great
work
defence
by Corey Nash, the veteran winger. For this Merewether Carlton side, read the play well as Wilson tries to go through. The ball bounces to Hines, and Hines doesn't get much momentum going there.
Waratah really not set up for anything out here.
And here comes Sherritt. What can he do? To Fao. Looking to run wide. He's caused a bit of damage out there. And here he is again, Vasuka. He only knows one way.
He definitely moved those feet. He's quick.
So going behind to Sherritt now. He's going to play to the corner as the ball goes over Sam Rouse's head. It bounces, but it bounces nicely for the fullback. And that has come off the side of his boot and out on the full. So that is a mistake that the Merewether Carlton side did not need.
Yeah, it's a 50-metre cost there. If he just put one bounce into touch, he probably would have made 50 more metres. But Waratah in attacking position. They're starting to look ominous, Waratah, I think.
Plenty of banter going on in the Clark stand here with the Merewether Carlton supporters and the Waratah supporters all enjoying some verbal jousting as Robson takes the ball off the line out. Nice settling play there as Sherritt getting very busy. To Fao now goes forward.
He's got a huge work rate running the ball so far, Gareth.
Olive there, he's caught at half back. So now Manu stands in. Here's Whitman. Whitman still going. The big number 6. And now they go wide again. Sherritt inside. Ball to Hines. Hines winds up. He's driven back, though. Good defence again by Merewether Carlton. Forced to dive on the ball. I thought it was a knock on there by the Waratahs, but...
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there.
It definitely popped out, and the Merewether Carlton player had to dive on the ball.
Bit of a melee, but Waratah look really good in attack at the moment. They look like it's only a matter of time, but the Greens are scrapping really well in defence. They've stopped probably 3 or 4 opportunities for Waratah.
Yeah, very good scrambling, isn't it? Especially this big Waratah forward pack who continually pepper the line of Merewether Carlton.
Waratah very deep here in their back line off the scrum.
Yeah, the short side stacked as well with Maven standing out that way. Don't be surprised if Hines picks from the back. Goes for the line here.
I think whatever happens here, the Greens have got to get right up in their face to stop bodies in motion.
Of course, this game being brought to you by Elders Insurance. Proud partner of the NHRU. Coverage for Bar TV Sports. And here comes Sherritt. Sherritt attacks the line. Manu Gets the ball, steps off his left, steps off his right, goes towards the try line, but he's turned and put on his back by some very good defence again by Merewether Carlton. It's danger time though, as Hines now goes himself towards the line, and he's put down as well. Here's Frank Roberts. Frank Roberts charges. The ball comes out, and that will be a knock-on over the line. Olive, the halfback there.
Geez, Waratah's throwing everything at the Greens.
Yeah, Frank Roberts, his running game here today, it's been exemplary, hasn't it?
Yeah, I thought Felice has played really well. Taufa'ao and Roberts, they've upped their work rate. They've been very busy in the forward pack. Andrew Finau, he's had a couple of big bustling runs. But I think Carl Manu showed his class there. He nearly went over on his own with 3 guys on his back.
Well, this is going to be a Waratahs feed, is it? With Olive has the ball, so the referee didn't deem that as a Waratahs knock-on. So again, the Reds have another opportunity to attack here. The short side is stacked. They go that way. Olive passes now to Maven. Maven untouched and over for the first try of the match, Dan.
Yeah, I think that had to happen. It's just the weight of pressure. There's been a lot. There's probably, I wouldn't even like to put a number on how many phases have been in the Greens 22. They've defended exceptionally well to last this long. But I think with Waratah, the quality of Waratah's attack, I think the dam had to break at some point.
As this match brought to you by Wilson & Co. Go and see Greg Wilson for all your legal advice in town. Just relocating recently. Of course, Mascot helping your team communicate and commercialise the grassroots aspects of their sport. Great way to earn revenue for your club. Get on the site, mascot.co, or download the app to get your club involved. Now here's Sherritt. Comes in, similar position to where he kicked, but this time he hasn't accounted for that breeze that's picked up, Dan.
Yeah, the Townsend Westerly. The old Townsend Westerly winner.
The Townsville Doctor, the Townsend Doctor, I think they call it.
Curled straight to Merewether Beach. Greens have to hit back here. I think they've got to attack in defence. Trying to affect the turnover. Adam Nolan created one for him earlier. I think they've got to go do something similar now.
So Price punts that down and not taken there. Rockatolo.
That's exactly what they needed, the Greens.
Yep.
Exactly what they needed.
So 8-0 the score in favour of Waratah. Merewether Carlton now. Good chance to attack. In the northeast corner. Looks pretty bare today.
Yeah.
With Matt McDonald having his buck show in Byron Bay. So the usual fanfare that goes with that corner.
Absolutely, absolutely. A bit of banter that comes off the sideline. Not there today. It'll be all up in Byron Bay at the moment, I think.
Yeah, they are, certainly. The Merewether Carlton #1 supporters. Of course, special shout out to all our viewers watching around the world on Bar TV Sports, the kings of live stream media.
Willie So's warming up on the sideline here for Waratah.
Speaking of Willie So, there was a nice little horse racing So Willie in race 7 at Warwick Farm today.
Fair income. What was it paying, Gareth?
$4.80.
Nose or place?
Nose, mate.
Wow. So absolutely no chance.
Well, we tipped it on Pony Boys this morning. Of course, live on Bar TV Sports.
Here he comes, Willie So. He's coming on.
Yeah, definitely. Big body. Doesn't need a number. He ate the number.
He's coming on at the right time in a scrum.
Yeah, certainly is. And for all our viewers out there, he has been a Bar TV Sports favourite for a number of years, Willie So. The enigmatic Willie So. Calls for the wide lens from the crowd. So here he comes. He's a known scrummager, and that's exactly why Clifton manages to get the ball. Price looking to play on. So picking and driving now. Jerome Wilson. They need to keep it tight here, I feel, Merewether Carlton, as Cam Turner takes a incisive run there, and they'll look to pick and drive. Popping off the top, and that's a knock-on. So, again, the execution not quite there for Merewether Carlton, and the confidence just doesn't seem to be there, Dan.
Yeah, I just think they need to get a bit wider on their phases. They're running straight into 2 or 3 big bodies for Waratah. They still made meters, and I think that was an unfortunate mistake. But getting wider, I think they're going to get more profit for the phase.
So can the Merewether Carlton side pressure this Waratahs scrum? Maven the try scorer. Oh, that's short arm to Merewether Carlton. Eddie Clifton on the ball. Quick tap now as Stewart runs forward and back into that big forward pack of the Waratahs. Now they'll pick and drive through Wilhelmus. Willie So getting around him, but the ball manages to come back. They'll pick and drive again. Jerome Wilson this time as he slammed on that big bit of dirt out there, of course. The rain-affected ground, and Nolan takes a hit up, and Nolan is driven into the ground. He'll get back up and laugh. Young Nolan.
Young Nolan.
Or old Nolan, as he is now. Coming back, and Smith goes towards the line. Smith can't go, and Jerome Wilson spins around. He's going to be very close on that far side. But no, he's driven back. Sam Dart has the ball now. Dart gets low. They're very close to the Merewether Carlton side. Turner now. Clifton searches for it. It goes wide. Bounces for Fraser Price.
Got to score.
As they go now, Sam Rouse to Hay. Hay goes for the corner, and Hay will score a try. Very good comeback there by Merewether Carlton. And they're still in this match with about 12 minutes remaining, Dan.
Yeah, well done to the Greens. They grounded out and grounded out and grounded out, and then threw it to the right, then threw it to the left, and Waratah were caught short, and they had to score. So well done.
Yeah, so Dylan Hines has come from the field as well for the Waratahs with a bit of a back injury as well, so they'll miss him defensively around the park because he's the one Waratahs forward that gets around and makes plenty of tackles.
He can put a shot on too, Dylan Hines.
Of course, this match being brought to you by Wilson & Co. Mascot, Elders and Copus Additions. And Sam Rouse with the kicking duties here today. His first opportunity. That's from the touchline.
He'll definitely take the Townsend doctor into account here Gareth.
Well, he certainly did, but a little bit too much as it must have just dropped off. He looked to get a bit of fade on it, but the fade just didn't come. So the score remains 8 points to 5 in favour of the Waratahs. Merewether Carlton with a good fight back here late in the second half with 10 minutes to go. First half, mind you. Second part of the first half.
Second stanza.
Now Sherritt gets the ball nice and deep. Clifton there, no pressure, comes back to Fraser Price. And that's a nice clearing kick, getting the Merewether Carlton side out of pressure.
That's a monster kick.
That is a good 60 metres.
I think it's the rugby equivalent of a 40-20, that one.
Well, you can see the wind on the touchies flag up there. Certainly starting to swing.
Townsend Doctor's back up.
Will we see the nor'easter in the second half, Dan?
I think it's a little bit too early for the nor'easter. September, maybe.
Here's Maven. Maven takes it forward. Olive looking for runners, finds Frank Roberts, juggles the ball. And again, nice run by Roberts. Sherritt calling for it. There's going to be plenty of pressure on him by Dart, but it opens up as he shot out of the line there. Sherritt now makes about 15 metres of progress there. Now Manu looking to keep the ball. He goes high. Rouse is going to come across for it. Nolan, good hands by Nolan. All his experience here, and here comes Rouse. Rouse, he's very elusive, he's very quick. Gets a nice ball away on the far side, but it's taken and they're still going. Wow. And Rouse is going to score under the post. And the swan dive. What a lair, but what a try.
Well, you can put that one down to Adam Nolan. Terrific take under the high ball. Very composed with pressure beaming down on him. And then the awareness to get the pass away and to attack down that right edge. Well done, Adam Nolan. Well done, Sam Rouse.
Yeah, nice works. Sam Rouse to keep aware. Corey Nash on the far side. It was just experience there, wasn't it?
I'm a bit worried about Sam Rouse's rib cage with that big swan dive scoring the try.
He certainly got high, didn't he?
Wow, look at Robbie O'Davis, shades of 97.
Well, we saw Dylan Rowney do it there for Wanderers the other week against the Merewether Carlton side. So 12-8 is the score now. Merewether Carlton are in front now for the first time here today. So Sherritt with the restarts. A lovely high kick. Eddie Clifton unpressured though. Finds a bit of space. We know he's a very proficient touch football player.
Yeah, he's very elusive, Eddie
Clifton.
Clifton. Very elusive.
And that ball.
Turnover now to Waratah.
Yeah, just the ball control wasn't there. Now they're looking for runners. The Waratahs go to Robson, but they look a little bit flat at the moment. Fitness may be catching up with them coming towards the end of the first half.
Willie So's lined up for a run here.
Here comes big Willie So.
Oh, no, it's a turnover.
Yeah, nice turnover. Corey Nash on the far side. Now Jerome Wilson goes down the touchline. Here comes Jerome Wilson. Hasn't got support there as Dart comes in. Now they're forced to take the ball into the ruck. Nobody there. The Merewether Carlton side, there's no urgency as the ball again turned over. Rokotolu now outside to Manu. Ingle, he's taken nicely, and Nolan's over the ball. They spit it out, and that is a turnover. Big Tom Hall's playing in the 4 jersey, was named in 5. So Merewether Carlton, they'll be looking for another try coming into half-time. Cam Turner, the space is opening up. As they settle the ball down now, Josh Stewart looking for the ball. Has a nice run there, but the control at the back of the breakdown wasn't there. Forced to dive on it, the Carlton side.
Well, they've got it back at Green.
Somehow Stewart regained his feet and got the ball off his own mistake.
Houdiniak's getting that back.
Fraser Price looking to organise his side there. Sam Dart. He's lifted his side here, Dart. Nash, one-on-one with Robson. As Manu comes in and drives him back towards the forward pack. Nice clean out by the Carlton side. Yeah, offside. I would have thought there, Josh Stewart under plenty of pressure as Tafau looked to be well in front. As a kick for the corner there, wrong option, and Sherritt will take it. They needed to keep the ball in hand there and driven towards the touchline. A bit of push and shove there. But this Waratah side definitely jumping the gun at the moment.
Yeah, well, I think all the momentum's with the Greens in the last 5 or 10 minutes, and probably again you can put it down to Adam Nolan. He effected a turnover on the 40-metre line, and the Greens have attacked from there. I thought that was a wrong option from Fraser Price, but the Greens still on the attack.
Oh, they lose the line out there, and Hamish Austin not with the best throw, and here he comes again. Vasuka up the middle, settling the play. The Waratahs will be looking now to drive the ball into the corner and play the ball down the Merewether Carlton end, and that's a lovely kick there by Sherritt, finding touch.
That's another huge kick. That'd be another 60-metre profit on the end of that kick.
Yeah, up towards the 22 there. They're going to have to be on the ball at the set piece here, the Merewether Carlton side.
Yeah, that last line out.
Well, one thing you can talk to us about is line outs and the pressure that comes with it there.
Well, that last line out was a clean steal by Waratah, and I think the Greens are going to have to fix that up if they want to be competitive.
This time they go to the back. That's a better option as Turner.
Yeah, that was a better line out.
Uncontested there. Stewart running wide, stepping back towards Willie Sowers. He doesn't quite commit there, so now it comes back. It's been brought back in, and another long kick there. Fraser Price, but in the end, Sherritt. He caught that and offloads to Manu, and Manu now steps back off his right, has support on the far side, and Manu goes over in a very easy try.
He's a very classy player. I said it before the game, Carl Manu. I watched him very closely from the sideline in the first round when the Greens played Waratah, and he's a class act. And you just saw every bit of it there with step off both feet.
Yeah, it's just a little change of direction as well, wasn't it? And as you said, he is all class, Carl Manu. So that now brings the Waratahs in front. So the game's seesawing, and all the pressure that Merewether Carlton built has now been undone here at Townsend Oval.
Yeah, well, I think the score is probably a fair indication at the moment. It's been a very, very close game. Both teams have had their opportunities. Both teams have converted some. Both teams have missed some opportunities, but it's been an excellent contest.
So Sherritt, he's had 3 kicks from almost identical positions here. The South African, and this time he gets it right and goes squarely over that black dot. The doctor helped him that time.
Absolutely. He picked the Townsend doctor better that time.
So the Waratahs lead with a minute remaining, 15-12. Kickoff deep as Olive feeds Sherritt. Sherritt will go for the touch line. So there'll be one more chance now for Merewether Carlton to hit back. They need to get the line out right and play tight, I feel, again. Dan?
Yeah, well, they've got to get their line out clean here. Their last line out was a lot better. Went to Cam Turner at the back. So one opportunity before halftime for the Greens.
We see big Jerome Wilson standing out wide. Fraser Price, I thought again, the Waratahs line maybe jumped the gun a bit there, but referee disagrees with me. And now Turner takes the ball forward. Almost stolen there. Yes, in fact, it is stolen, and Whitlock comes up with it. Now they're on the halfway, the Waratahs. As Wilson comes through on the ball, and that's going to be a penalty. And this...
Yeah, I think Big Wendell just coming around the side of the ruck there. There was a good clean out, just over the wrong part of the ruck.
Be interesting to see what Sherritt does here. He's going to go for the line, is he? Yes, I thought he may have taken the shot at goal there.
Maybe they've got a little bit more time than we think.
Yeah, there's a little bit of stoppage time. That ball not finding touch. Sam Rouse now looking to play the ball downfield. He's going to get the ball out. The referee doesn't look at the watch. I'm told there's probably 3 minutes of injury time.
Okay.
Of stoppage time.
The Waratah set pieces look pretty good today.
Yeah, for now, it's something he's definitely improved on, his line-out throwing. Over the last couple of years, it's been one of their downfalls, the Waratahs side. As I speak too soon as no one comes up for it.
We've definitely put the mocker on him there.
And here comes Jerome Wilson. He's been good. He's lifted. He gets the ball away as well. Here's Hamish Austin. Driving forward. Almost held up in the tackle. And now it comes back to Price, and Price knocks the ball on. Referee will look at his watch. And he's going to call half-time. So, luckily enough there, it's going to be half-time as we see Josh Stewart there. We're going to take a quick break. Come back with all the second half action, Dan. Well, welcome back, everybody, to this RAMS 2016 NHRU Premiership feature match here at Townsend Oval. It's 15-12 at half-time in favour of the away team. The Waratahs taking on Merewether Carlton. The team in green. Of course, they haven't been able to play on Townsend Oval for the last few weeks. We've scheduled home games here, but they're back here at Townsend Oval. And certainly they've lifted here for the home crowd in the latter part of that first half. Unfortunate to get a try scored against them. Carl Manu with some individual brilliance down this right-hand touchline. Now Fraser Price has the ball. Dan Garner, we welcome you back.
Thanks, Gareth.
And here we go. It's going to be an action-packed second half here. And that ball going to Olive, and Olive gets it up towards over halfway. Nice kick again.
Very nice kick to start the half.
It's been a feature of the game, hasn't it?
Yeah, him and Sherritt, they've got fantastic boots on them. They certainly get Waratah out of trouble and over the halfway from the restarts.
So Merewether Carlton now. Everything to do in this second half. They trail by 3. And that ball again going to the front. And they look better when they go to the back, to be fair, the Merewether Carlton side, and they turn the ball over. Here comes Willie So. Willie So taking 3 or 4 with him, but he loses the ball. Josh Stewart with a nice steal, looking to counter-attack here. Milligan, he's met by Manu. Manu puts a shot on him, but can't stick to it. So here's Turner. Turner, I guess one of the leaders of this forward pack now for Merewether Carlton. And here comes Rouse around the corner. Rouse looking to inject himself. Couldn't feed his winger there, Hay. Oh, Big Wendell goes without it. Goes behind him, though. The referee says knock back. Smith ducks under Rokotolo and makes a good 5-metre gain there.
Tommy Smith just settles it up the middle.
Here's big Jerome Wilson now. Jerome bounces, spins, and tries to get the arm free. He's been good, Jerome Wilson. They go to Sam Dart. Sam Dart. He plays above his weight, doesn't he?
Oh, massively, massively.
And here comes Big Wendell. This is better stuff by the Merewether Carlton side, keeping the ball in tight. Wilson gets through. He hasn't got support. Stewart's on the inside. Oh, Stewart goes without it. Sherritt now looking to counter-attack. Finds Vasuka on the far side. Vasuka bumps one off. Steps on the inside. Plenty of crow calling going at the moment by the crowd. The one-arm speculator out wide. Went to nobody. There's Tafeo now. Gets it to Manu. Manu throws the ball. Nash gets in between it. Oh, here comes Willie So. Oh, good hands by the prop forward. And now Ingle. He's taken 40 metres out.
Well, I'm struggling to keep up after that. End-to-end stuff.
Well, Josh Stewart, the ball bounced off that big chest of his. And he was under the sticks. It was a great run by Jerome Wilson.
Yeah, they've used him as a bit of a battering ram today. He's been taking a lot of ball up. I was about to say he's probably running a little bit high, but I'm glad I didn't, because he made a huge run down the right edge there and all but scored a try.
He may throw the dummy next time and go himself. Anyway, Stewart did well to get there. He was
played well, Josh Stewart, especially he's been running the ball a lot. He affected a pilfer down on the 40-metre line a minute ago. He's playing really well.
Olive now gets the ball to Sherritt. Sherritt punches that ball deep again. Lovely exit, lovely clearing kick as Rouse knocks the ball back. Looking to use his footwork there, Rouse, but he's caught short with a good chase by the Waratahs.
Good scrap from the Greens to retain that ball.
Yeah, Sam Dart doing well to get back and taking the hit up as well. Clifton finds some space. Down the short side, Hay picks up. Well, that ball's going to be called a knock-on there.
Well, it's been a frantic start to the second half. Both sides willing to chance their arm, mistakes, opportunities. It's had a bit of everything early.
Yeah, both sides really needing the win here today to keep in touch with that top 5. Merewether Carlton more so than the Waratahs, languishing down the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, as I said before the game, Gareth, I don't think their position on the ladder is an accurate indication of the quality of their side, and I think they're only one win away from showing us their true form.
And the Waratahs with a good scrum, stepping over the ball. Sherritt now looking to play to the line, finds Manu. Manu steps away from one, and now Ingle has a bit of space, doesn't use Robson, and the ball bounces off Manu's hands there, and that's going to be a knock-on. So the defence there again for the Merewether Carlton side, stifling this Waratahs attack.
They scramble really well, and they've just affected that knock-on. So
you can see this Waratahs side just struggling a little bit now to get.
Yeah, this is from the 60-minute point onwards. I think we're probably going to see whether the fitness is a factor in this game. Certainly, size is a factor for Waratah, but we're about to see whether fitness becomes a big part of the second half.
Well, we're only 5 minutes into this half, and already there's a few hands on hips out there. Oh, good scrum by the Waratahs. It's going to be a tight head, is it? They're going to have to jump on the ball, and that is a penalty. And it's well within kicking distance for Sherritt here, and you'd imagine you're probably going to go for the goal.
Yeah, well, I think Waratah, they've got a very dominant scrum, especially Willie So on there now. And I think, they've put pressure on the last 2 or 3 scrums, and I think it was only a matter of time before they got value for money out of their scrum.
Yeah, they certainly put it on there. And, of course, this match brought to you by Wilson & Co. Lawyers. Go and see Greg and his staff for all your legal advice. Doing great things for rugby. Of course, also the Appeals Commissioner for the Judiciary, Greg Wilson.
I'll keep that in mind.
So Sherritt, probably his easiest kick of the day here.
Well, it's on his preferred side.
As he hits it, and he hits it cleanly, and the flags will go up. So the score now moves 18-12.
How many points has Sherritt got now, Gareth?
9. 12.
Just under halfway to 20.
He's going to get there. Carlton need to stay in touch here, and they go deep. Rokotolu winds himself up. Good defence, and now Olive looking for Sherritt. Sherritt forced to run that time as the pressure came looming on him.
Good pressure from the Greens there.
Now Olive looking for the box kick, finds it, and there's a bit of space. Rouse comes and attacks it. Nicely done as Maven holds him up. He's going to have to get to ground here. Rouse, and he does well. Just that. He did well, didn't he? He fought well. Fullback.
Fought well to keep his feet just long enough for his support to arrive.
And again, Jerome Wilson alleviating the pressure, getting them going forward. Now they go back to Price and Smith. And here's Wilson again in broken field play. They just need to get some direction here, the Merewether Carlton side. And
well done, Cameron Turner, straight up the middle.
Yeah, nice work, Cam Turner. He's probably one of the most improved players in the RAMS NHRU competition.
And a tough player too.
And here's Big Wendell going forward. Hawes now, driven back. So they need to keep some composure here, the Merewether Carlton side, as Turner, he's just picked up and manhandled there, the big lock. And Bit of pressure there on Clifton, and he gets it to Smith, who has Rouse outside him.
He's caught on his own here.
Yeah, Rouse does well. Here goes Nash. We know he's very quick. Nash goes for the try line. Nash will score! What a try. He had everything to do there, Corey Nash. Well, he had little room to work with, and he's left two in his wake as well.
Well, that was outstanding. The three down the right edge, they probably had 6 blokes defending them, and they've managed to come up with points. So well done, Greens. Well done to the Greens back line. There was Tom Smith, I think, first. Corey Nash to finish it off. I'm not sure who the second guy was, but...
It was Sam Rouse.
Sam Rouse, was it? Yeah, well, they've done really, really well there.
Yeah, Sam Rouse really set that up. Smith ran. I guess he was out there by himself and somehow get the ball to Rouse, and Rouse, with all his footwork, created the 2-on-1.
And Corey Nash just speed to burn.
He certainly hasn't lost any pace the older he's gotten, has he, Corey Nash?
Yeah. I'd hate to race him to the dinner table.
I reckon you've got him to the dinner table, Dan.
Incentive-based.
Yeah, so there was a little head clash as well as the players came across. So they may find themselves with the blue card here, the Waratahs players.
I think the Greens had to be next to score there too, Gareth. They were 6 points behind, and just to stay in touch keeps the game interesting.
So it looks like Sam Rouse has given up the kicking duties, and Fraser Price is going to take the shot. See the Merewether Carlton sponsors firmly placed in the corner there. PKF, OAS, Docs, the big Lawler Old Boys tent. With the Old Boys man the barbecue and the beers.
They do a terrific job every week, Gareth.
Well, the club, certainly grassroots clubs and grassroots rugby don't run, do they, without the help of old boys such as the Merewether Carlton's ones?
No, the community at the Greens is fantastic. From the old boys right through to the playing group, the supporters, administrative staff, they do an excellent job.
So that's about 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage play. It looks like Sherritt coming from the field.
That's a huge loss for Waratah.
Maybe his jaw they were looking at. He's had a great game.
That's a huge stab, isn't it?
I just saw them checking his jaw. He's had his fair share of injuries over the last couple of years. Had a back operation.
Well, that's a shame for Waratah because he's been fantastic this afternoon.
Well, he gives them all their direction, doesn't he? He's their, I guess he is their pivot. A very talented player on the cusp of getting an NRC contract last year.
And unfortunately,
but for his back injury.
Yeah, he won't get his 20 points today.
Is it like the Duckworth-Lewis method in cricket? We'll give it to him anyway.
Rain interrupted play.
We'll give it to him anyway. Oh, Price has kicked that. It's come across. It's waved away, though. 18-17, the Waratahs lead Merewether Carlton, but it certainly is a different game now with Sherritt coming from the field. So it'll be interesting to see. Probably Joel Ford, I'd say, would be the player to come on in place of Sherritt. Had a very good game in second grade where the Greens ran out winners, 22-14. So it is Joel Ford that's come on the field.
Yeah, he's just kicked that ball off, I think.
So Eddie Clifton finds Fraser Price, and now the Greens playing with confidence down that far touchline. Sam Dart again, he's been very busy, both defensively and on the ball as well.
They've got their tails up at the moment, the Greens. Really got their tails up at the moment, willing to chance their arm. Getting their shoulders through the contact.
And here comes Big Wendell again. Nice run. He's
got to find the ground, though, for support.
Yeah, he'll get there, and he does just that, as Wilson now looking to pick and drive from the back, spinning. Looking to create a little bit of a gap there around that A and B defender. Inside ball to Dart. Nice little ruck play there by Clifton.
He's hit hard.
And they go again. This is good composure shown by the Merewether Carlton side. It's a play we don't usually see them pick and drive up the field, and now they go to the left. Inside now to Rouse, and Rouse bounces out of a tackle, but he's put down.
Well, it's a low-risk game plan. They're guaranteed to retain the ball, almost guaranteed to retain the ball when you go to pick and go. And they've used it a fair bit today.
Now Stewart tries to get around his man. He does. He's going to have to get his players around him because he was a little bit isolated there. Stewart still going. Now Clifton stepping, gets it to Hawes, and Hawes, good run. Now Clifton goes wide. Long ball by Price to Rouse. Oh, coming out of in line was Vasuka. Nicely done, nicely played, but the referee is going to blow the penalty. So you'd think the Greens are going to go for the corner here and set up for a maul. Yeah,
that was unfortunate there.
It was a good tackle coming out of line.
It was, you know, I'm a Greens supporter, but that was a fantastic tackle there by Vasuka, and I think he deserved the turnover because Rousey was isolated. He just didn't release him long enough to play the ball. So I think the Greens are fairly lucky to get out of that one.
Very good touch finder, 5 metres out. So they have to get the line out right. The Merewether Carlton side, they're playing it at about 50% at the moment. And they've got everybody in this time.
They're into green corner here.
Oh, that was poorly timed there, Clifton. They lose about 30 metres. They go back to halfway.
40.
Price has to pick up, and fortunate for Price, there was no chase by the Waratahs.
Geez, he's done well there, Fraser Price, to make 30 metres back.
Yeah, they still lost about 15 metres on the play as Wilson now goes forward. The Reds, the Waratahs have to really dig deep here on their own line.
There's a lot of numbers in this ruck.
Now they go forward, picking and driving. Big Wendell spinning around. He's still going, but he's turned it over. So now Olive with a nice clearing kick again, getting them out of trouble. That's as good a box kick you'll see all year, Dan.
That's a beauty. That's another good box. That's another good kick by Olive. The first one of the half was terrific. Then that one was great as well. He's probably made him, 30, 35 metres? Got him right out of trouble. The Greens just at the moment, they're pick and go. They're sort of playing Waratah at their own game, and they seem to be doing quite well at it. The black ball, the pick and go.
Cam Turner gets up that time. It's well timed. A couple of inside runners there as Rouse now gets around Manu, gets it to Nash. Nash, what can he do? He lights up, gets the palm out. He's got one to beat. Inside ball. Oh, can't get it to Rouse as Manu cleans it up. The better option may have been there to hold the ball. In any case,
I think he did well to put himself in that position. He beat 2 or 3 that he probably shouldn't have beaten anyway.
He's a very well-balanced runner, isn't he, Nash? He has the ball in the right hand, got the palm out.
Yeah. You point him in the right direction, he definitely gets there. Probably should have held on to the ball at the end, but he did really well to make the 30 metres he made.
Earlier in his career, he was a little bit sketchy under the high ball with his hands. But certainly...
I'm the last person to be critical of people under the high ball.
Not your job, Dan.
Nope.
Straight line outs, however. As we go back to the action. Manu stepping, looking to lift his team. He does well. Makes about 20 metres there. And Olive now looking for the box kick again and doesn't find touch this time. Finds Sam Rouse. Sam Rouse has been looking pretty dangerous this second half, and they go wide to Hay, and Hay finds plenty of space on a very poor chase by the Waratahs. He's going to go for the corner, and he's going to score. What a try.
Well, I think he's beaten the whole team there. He's just absolutely threaded the needle, Matt Hay.
Well, there was a non-existent chase there by the Waratahs. There was two people. Everyone else was standing around, hands on hips, and a very good individual try there by Hay.
Well, they've just opened it up, and he's scored it almost untouched, if not untouched. He's lightning quick though, Matty Hay. He is lightning.
Yes, coming into the first grade side this year.
Jason Milligan's brother, do you know that?
Do now. There's one for our viewers out there. That's why Dan Garner is the expert here for Bar TV Sports today. What, couldn't he spell Milligan when he was little? Had to go with Hay.
Don't know the full story there. I'll get back. Check Wikipedia.
Check the fan side, of course, merewethercarlton.com.
Just give me 5 minutes to update it.
So Merewether Carlton now, the fitness starting to show for this Waratahs side. And the direction, I guess, with the loss of their fly half, Dane Sherritt. He punches that and just hooks it wide. He's got an odd kicking style for Fraser Price, hasn't he?
Again, Gareth, I'm not going to criticise people's kicking style. I kick it, looks like I'm kicking a brick.
So forward with the ball, looks like he's going to go towards the closest touchline this time. And finds the wrong man. Oh, Wilson drops it. 22, so that is a big let-off now for Waratah with a good chance to attack. So they're 4 points adrift.
Yeah, it's been a really seesawing game. I think that's probably the third or fourth time the ball's been dropped off the kickoff today.
Third time.
Yeah.
As I can see my notes here.
You're nothing if not a statistician, Gareth.
I'd prefer savant, Daniel, as the ball comes to the back. Ford now looking to find Manu. Manu winds up and Manu loses the ball. So now Merewether Carlton through Milligan. And now Wilson again picking and driving. He's been dominant out there today, Wilson. Stewart's been busy.
Both Wilson brothers have had a lot of runs.
And here he is again, Jerome Wilson, former Central Charlestown player. And there's his brother, Big Wendell.
The 1-2 punch.
And now Sam Dart, the third brother. So he may as well be given his work rate. And then Rouse now chimes in, gets a nice little kick in behind, just floats it back, and Ingle watches it go over the touchline.
Yeah, that's really smart football from Sam Rouse, just to give his tired forwards a bit of a spell, get them over the halfway line and make Waratah play their own way out of their half.
His first year out of Colts, Sam Rouse.
Yeah, he's definitely got the head of a first-grade footballer. He's lightning fast. He's got a great kicking boot, and he's a really smart player.
Comes off the top, easily won by Frank Roberts. Now Ford looking to play the corners as well. That's another good kick. And that is going to put this Merewether Carlton side under all sorts of pressure. They'll have to look for the quick one, but they don't. So need to get the line out right here. Sam Dart just looking a little bit, Sam Rouse looking a little bit nonchalant there. More urgency was probably needed.
I think that was Matty Hay down that left corner.
No, I meant coming back and supporting Matt Hay for the quick one.
Fair enough.
Sorry,
enough.
Mate.
No, you're right. But yeah, you're right. The Greens have got to. The pressure's on the set piece here. They've got to retain their own ball.
Well, the set piece has been won that time by Turner. It's a flat ball off the line on Eddie Clifton, chancing his arm, and it comes off as they set up now for a good exit. Is now Dart. Wilson now pops the ball up. Milligan. Sorry, Smith it was. And now Stewart again.
Well, they're very strong out of their own end the last 4 phases. Really strong line-out win. Yeah, they're attacking down the left edge.
Yeah, Fraser Price just getting it behind Rouse. And there he is again, Hay. Chipping over the top, and now Ingle with a bit of time and a bit of space to Manu. This is where they're dangerous, the Waratahs, but he elects to kick for the corner, and there's nobody there. Nolan's going to have to get his old knees running towards the ball. He's going to be under pressure by Robson, and Nolan getting a kick downfield as Ingle positions himself well, and inside it goes over the top of Olive's head. For now, with a little grubbing kick in behind. Don't know what he was thinking there, but not the best option.
Well, Carmani just showed his experience there. He saw some vacant pasture over the in the Greens 20 and just put it down there. Nolan, though, what can't he do? He still kicked it back.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in getting this Green side back into the match here today. Adam Nolan in the first half. He's had a bit of a quiet second half, but there's a player down in back play for the Waratahs as well.
Yeah, I've been trying to work out who it is. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, only just won that time by Dart in the air. Smith going to ground. Had to take the ball around his feet. Could be a turnover here, is it?
Mm.
Oh, knock-on call by the referee. So let off there for Merewether.
Well, the Greens have got confidence in their own ability. They're willing to throw the ball around in their own 22 and their own 30, and I think it's a good sign. It's a great sign that previous phases they won their own line out cleanly, played 4 or 5 out of their own quarter, and got to the kick, I think.
So, penalty goes to Waratah that time for now. Takes the tap on the short arm. And now they look to charge forward here. As Ford calling his players out. Is it a turnover there to the Merewether Carlton side? I believe they've done well there at the breakdown. Comes back now. Under a bit of pressure there off the side of the Burt and Ingle. Under no pressure now. So again, they'll attack the Merewether Carlton line with some very good field position. Tafea harming off there, and
big don't argue.
Milligan tries to take him down, but it was a very good run by the prop forward. Here's for now, lifting his work rate. They've come to life now, the Waratahs. Maven. They're playing quicker now, the Waratahs. Pressure there by Wilson.
Greens need to get up get up in defence.
Here comes Manu. Manu trying to do it for his team. They're playing one out here, the Waratahs, and it's working for them, but the penalty is blown. So, Merewether Carlton get away with that one.
Absolutely, absolutely. I thought Waratah looked really good in attack there, and the Greens were sort of letting them come to them a little bit. They needed to get up off the gain line, I guess, to defend. But you know, they've got away with it that time.
So the line out now, 30 out, not the best touch finder. Probably wanted more distance on that there, Dan.
Yeah, probably only 10 metres or so. But a clean line out win, which you'd take. Oh,
yeah,
no.
No, not straight. Here's the call by the referee.
Cameron Turner's been the go-to man in the line out today. He's probably won 3 or 4 really clean balls. And I think when they've been under pressure, they've called it to him.
Well, that one almost finding the junction shops. It was so wide. So it'll be interesting to see how this scrum goes, given that the Waratahs pack is tiring here. They've got a couple of changes out there. Big Felici goes and packs into number 8.
Huge scrum from Waratah.
Yeah, they run a bit of a blocking play there. Manu comes back on the inside, bumping away from a couple, looking to do it all himself, but driven back.
Great defence. Was that Cameron Turner?
Yeah, it was Cameron Turner coming out of the scrum. Here's Big Felici. Rokotolu. And now the Waratahs again looking to play one out. Frank Roberts gets the ball away to Maven. Maven can't step away, but he can get the ball back to Roberts, who's slammed on his back. Short ball there to Finau. He's been dangerous with ball in hand here today, Finau. And this time it was to Felici. The ball going to Finau. He tries to shrug off Milligan there, but he just can't. And somehow he manages to get forward. Here's Tefeo again. This looks ominous here for the Waratahs. Manu takes it, and Manu drops it.
Well, that's a huge let-off there.
The Merewether Carlton side now, they look out on their feet. They forced to do a lot of defending.
Yeah, they defended probably the first 4 or 5 phases of that really well off the scrum, and if anything, Waratah lost ground. But then I think they started to find their feet, Waratah, and they were making 5 and 6 metres every single phase. And I think Karl Manu dropping that ball is just a huge let-off for the Greens. Waratah's scrum starting to show its dominance too. So hopefully the Greens can hold their own ball.
Yeah, we'll see here, because there is a couple of changes as well by the Waratahs. Merewether Carlton haven't been forced into any changes here today. In fact, no one from the bench has been used for the Merewether Carlton side. So it's a testament, I guess, to the fitness program, but the scrum holds strong that time as Wilson picks up from the back and plays it to Clifton, and Clifton finds half a gap, and he's thrown to the ground by his opposite number there, Olive. Now they're content to pick and drive. There's 7 minutes of regular time, and this time that's a better kick there by Fraser Price as it bounces over the touchline and gets them over the halfway.
Very good.
We haven't been this far down the field for a long time now, Dan.
Yeah, very good relieving kick there from Fraser Price. A lot of pressure on the Greens down in that quarter. They've been camped down there for probably the last 5 or 10 minutes. And for him to make that 50-metre bomb and put it out is a huge relief to some tired forwards in defence, I think, for the Greens.
Yeah, for now, coming from the field, as a hip will come on the field.
He's done his job very well, Andy, for now. He's run the ball very, very well.
So looking for the short line, and a couple of players interchanging now. the Merewether Carlton side.
Paddy Island.
Pat
Paddy
Island.
Island's come on for the Greens. And Adam Nolan's come off.
Goes to the back.
Steele.
And here they go, the Merewether Carlton side. Now Wilson running a bit wider this time, swatting a couple away. Goes wide.
Greens have got a man down in midfield.
Yes, the replacement that just come on the field. So Dart again. He's everywhere, Sam Dart.
Love to have the GPS tracker on Sam Dart today. He's clocked up some Ks.
Yeah, he's worked tirelessly, that's for sure. Now kicking for the corner is Price. Turning around Robson. And here comes Nash. Nash can't get to the ball. Robson, I thought he had it covered there, Dan, but he was a little bit casual on that.
Yeah, I think he just let it bounce, but then it was past him. Fraser Price again relieving his forwards, putting it in behind Waratah and putting pressure on their forwards to sort of work their way out of their own end. And I think there's a couple of replacements on now for the Greens. Billy Dunn's come on for Hamish Austin as well.
Yeah, the little engine that could. He'll keep going. He'll tackle all day, Billy Dunn. It's what they need at the death, and that goes over the top, and Price picks it up. So Merewether Carlton win that ball. And this may be turned over by the Waratahs in some good clean-out work, great breakdown work. And they're in front of the sticks, the Merewether Carlton side. Clifton, I thought he was going to take the quick tap, but surely you take the points here, Dan.
I think they've got to. It's a 4-point ball game at the moment. That makes it 7. That'll mean a converted try for Waratah to catch up. So I think it's a late Emma's there. They have to kick the goal here.
As Rouse resumes the duties.
The replacement players that have just come on have really added a spark, I think, to the Greens.
Yeah, Pat Island, he's certainly coming back, isn't he?
He's an excellent player. He can play. He's a utility now. He can actually play up front. He's played a lot.
He started at the hooker, didn't he, at the start of the year?
That's right. He started out in the back row in his juniors and in his early senior career, but he's been required up front lately. So you could almost put him in any position in the forward pack, and he could do a job for you.
So that goes over, sails over. So Merewether Carlton extend their lead, 25-18. To all our viewers out there on Bar TV Sports, like us on Facebook, our YouTube channel, Bar TV Sports Media, and of course our website platform, bartvsports.com.au. Oh, and that has been dropped. And that's now the 4th time that's play on. So the Waratahs have the ball. Everybody stopped what they were doing. Now, here come the Waratahs. Manu taking it forward. Off the back by Olive. Olive gets it to Tefeo. Can they complete this time? And that is a penalty to the Waratahs. And here they come. But it's been asked to come back. He hasn't.
Well, I was going to say that was a big decision for Waratah as to what their option is, but they made it pretty quickly. So,
here comes Manu. Manu, one-on-one. He's hard to put down, but he does get put down. About 5 out. Here's Rokotolu running towards the posts. Tefeo. He goes to the line. And he's held up.
Well, it's been a feature of the Greens game today, their goal line defence. It's been outstanding. I'd hate to count how many tackles have been on their goal line, but
yeah, Eddie Clifton got himself under there.
Yeah, he's done well for a little fella.
I can almost see an imprint of him in the ground there.
He's got a cramp for his troubles.
It'll be a Waratah scrum.
Critical that the Greens hold this scrum.
It's almost a similar position to the one in the first half where Maven went through untouched on the short side.
I wouldn't mind betting that Waratah will try and go for the pushover here. But there's two brand new front rowers on for the Greens at the moment.
Well, Billy Dunn's in and hooker. Fraser Price goes towards the short side. So Clifton, he'll be forced to... They go to Joel Ford. He takes on the line, goes wide, and that's going to be a try. Alex Robson scores the try in the 80th minute. And there will be about 3 minutes of injury time due to the Dane Sherritt incident earlier on.
Yeah. Well, that tightens it right up now, and it's really anyone's game the last couple of minutes.
Looking for the tee here.
There'll be a lot on this kick.
Well, Joel Ford, he's been around for a long time, hasn't he? And he's certainly one of the more composed players in this NHRU competition.
Yeah, I don't think this kick will faze him. I think he'll just see that as...
He's won grand finals. He's played representative rugby as well.
Yeah, a lot of experience. I don't think the pressure of the moment will get to him too much.
The left footer as well. So it's his bad side. And you can hear the Merewether Carlton crowd getting stuck in. It comes across. Oh, it goes over. They've drawn level here at Townsend Oval. What a kick by Joel Ford. That is unbelievable, Dan Garner.
They're going bonkers in the Clark stand here. I actually don't know whether we're safe.
I'm scared to turn around as the Merewether Carlton supporters. They're hurling abuse. So now, with a couple of minutes remaining, the full 80's gone, but of course we had that earlier incident where Sherritt was injured. So now Ford looks to play it down the field. The kick goes towards Robson. Rouse, one-on-one, gets around him, has to play to Nash. Nash, Manu dumps him on his back. This game has heated up.
Well, they've got to be careful they don't go out here, Merewether Carlton.
And that's a penalty holding on. So now, the Waratahs with the advantage here, Dan.
Yeah, and they've got their tails up too. There's plenty of encouragement going around the Waratah camp. The Greens have got to shape up in defence to try and hold them out, let alone score their own points.
So that's not making too much distance there. So the Waratahs, they'll have to do a bit if they want to get over the line here, Dan.
Well, the Greens, it's been a hallmark of their play today, their defence. So hopefully it holds up for this last minute or two.
So Roberts is uncontested there. Robson comes off his wing, almost getting through is Alex Robson. Now Manu. Here come the Waratahs. The ball going wide forward to Feo. Now they go back. Oh, it's been dropped. Rokatolu. Both sides will not be content with the draw here, Dan.
Well, there was definitely bodies in motion there from Waratah. The first three phases, I think they made 20 metres. And then they've just spilt one. And so the Greens have, again, been let off, and they've got the ball themselves. So they've got probably 80 or 90 metres to get to the other end before the full-time hooter sounds.
So, Clifton with the ball. They've got 100 metres to go, coast to coast, the Carlton side. Oh, nice tackle there on Milligan. He's driven back. It could be a turnover for the Waratahs. It is, but it's a penalty. Sam Dart.
They just need to remain composed here, the Greens, put the ball out, win their line out, and then they've got all day with the ball. They just haven't got to hand it over.
Oh, that is a terrible looking kick, but it finds its way into touch somehow.
It definitely didn't look good off the boot, but it got the job done. Speaking of Dunn, Billy Dunn throwing the ball in here.
Yeah, well. Oh, that is not the best looking throw, and the referee agrees with the sentiments of the crowd up here in the Clark stand.
Let's show over.
And that will be game over, and what a way to end the game. Merewether Carlton had the chance to come back there. It's locked up here, 25 apiece, Dan. Who was your best on ground?
Well, I think probably it's probably either Jerome Wilson. I liked Jerome Wilson. I liked Carl Manu for Waratah. I think his class was outstanding. Or Adam Nolan in the first half as well for the Greens.
Yeah, Frank Roberts mentioned to him as well. He did a lot of tough stuff early on out there. We're going to go with the Dust Hunthouse man of the match. And I am going to say probably the player that kicked that final goal, Joel Ford, winning the match for the Waratahs. That's the play of the day. He's drawn the game. They've got level. You can't go past that, 10.
Fair call, Gareth. Fair call.
But special mention, I guess, to Jerome Wilson. He was probably the best on the ground in the second half. Joel Ford winning the drawing the match for the Waratahs. It's 25 apiece here. And what a game it's been. Thanks very much for joining us, Dan.
Thanks for having me, Gareth. I really enjoyed it. Cheers.
Always a pleasure. Don't forget to tune in for all your delayed streams on Bar TV Sports. And we'll be back, of course, with all our live rugby league, football and AFL tonight. Catch you next time. I'm Gareth Wozniak, and we're Bar TV Sports.